And welcome back into the Team SMI Starting Lineup Media Day, presented by SMI. And we got Joel Brock behind the camera, David Brock back in studio. No relation, I promise. And we're here with Mount Zion High School. Coach Brad Gordon, Logan Buchanan, and Ben May. So excited to have them on with us. We've gone through Carrollton. We've gone through Haralson County, Heard County, and Bremen. And now we've hit the first two county schools in Bowden and Central. And here we are. We're on the home stretch, I guess you can say. We've done 6 out of the 9. So here we are with number 7. And Coach Gordon, obviously another terrific season last year. It seems like every single year, especially since I've been covering you guys, I think back in 2016, you always lose players. And then you rebuild and you get back to the semifinals. And then you lose more players. And then you rebuild and get back to the third round of the playoffs. So I'm never doubting you again. So tell me this offseason, obviously losing a lot more players, what are we going to be looking at this year with this Mount Zion program?
Well, when I came to Mount Zion 8 years ago, Coach Holloway told me, he said, we're going to play defense. Keep it a close ball game, and in the fourth quarter, give ourselves a chance to win.
Pretty good philosophy.
That's our philosophy. We're going to play defense. We're going to run the football. We're going to do what Mount Zion does. We've established ourselves as a program now. You know the old cliche. You know we don't rebuild. We just reload. And so our kids have bought in from the middle school up, and that's what we do. Our kids. You know, we're returning, I think, 3 starters on offense and 2 on defense this year. So once again, we've got another group that has something to prove that they're worthy of being Eagles, and that's what we look forward to each year. Who's going to be the one that steps up and becomes the man?
When I was out there, and people, I'm sure, get tired of my stories, but this is a fact. The principal told me, he said, I'm going to drive by the practice field, and if I see less than 15 people, we're going to cancel the season. The other day, and we had 15 people. Sometimes I had to dress the water boy, I had to dress cheerleaders, whatever it was. We were going to keep at least 15. The other day, y'all virtually filled the stands. How are you doing that, Coach? How are you getting kids, number one, and how are you keeping them?
Well, winning helps.
Oh yeah.
Number one, winning without a doubt is the number one reason. But you know, wanting to be a part of something special. You know, when I first came to Mount Zion, I remember walking down the halls and there wasn't a whole lot of swagger. And now when you walk down the halls at Mount Zion, you know, there's something special about putting that jersey on. There's something special about being part of, you know, Mount Zion Eagle football. And so that pride has helped build our program. You know, I'm just lucky to be a little part of that.
Yeah.
So I've got to experience it, you know, come, you know, a whole 360 from where we started to where we are now. And you know, we've got people that want to be a part, and that's what we want. We want to make it fun, but we're going to work and get after it, and that, you know, we're excited to be a part of the program.
You mentioned what your philosophy was about playing defense and then running the football on offense. This year, you know, you've got a new offensive coordinator. So are we still thinking that for us, are we still going to be that same type of Mount Zion offense that we've seen over the past few years, or things going to be opened up or changed, or whatever you can disclose? I know some people are going to be listening, so you can just answer how you want to answer.
Close your ears out there now.
I'll be honest with you. We're going to do what we do. Coach Ray, we brought him in. He is a wing T philosophy. He's a guy that's just like us. He believes in everything we believe in, and that's why, you know, we were lucky to get him. You see these young gentlemen here with me. I've got a 6'3", 240-pound tight end and a 6'4", 290-pound tackle. So
I wouldn't want to be in front of them anytime.
Yeah, there's not much doubt when it comes down to it what we're going to do, and we're going to run the football, and we're going to do what we do. Now, Coach Ray, he brings his own, you know, personality to the table with it, and we're going to do some things, you know, different as far as, you know, tweaks here and there, but we're still wing T, running the football and coming downhill at you and see if you can stop us.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why I like to see a good old wing T ball game. I think one of our colleagues like to see that a lot too, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Tee it up, hit them in the mouth.
Yeah.
Logan, if you had to pick one play that you liked the most, what would it be? Yeah, see, I can see, look at him. It's something run to my side or throw me the ball. Tell us the truth.
It wouldn't be the ball, really. I like crisscross.
Oh,
come on across.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. And Ben, how about you? one play that a tackle can shine.
Ice left.
So when we come out there now, we're going to look for crisscross and ice left. Okay, I'm going to be ready for that.
Do you know what those 2 plays
No.
are? Okay, I was just checking to make sure.
But see, you're going to be with me, see, so you can help me.
That is true. I know exactly what they're talking about on both of those.
I'll probably come out of school and get them to draw it for me.
Social media. You know, one of the big things that's come out with Twitters and Facebook and Snapchat and a lot of that stuff that's come out, you know, where a lot of this, has that become a distraction for any of your players?
As you know, social media can be a negative if you allow it, but used in the right way, we believe, you know, it helps promote our players. You know, I'm old style recruiting. I'll be honest with you. I was always of the philosophy, if you're good enough, they'll find you. But now, you've got to help us get your name out. And so that's what social media has allowed us to do. It helps us get film and get their faces in front of more coaches that we don't have to see face to face. We can get in touch with them. And, you know, and I've hired a new recruiting coordinator who takes care of all my college recruiting.
Coach Neighbors, right?
Coach Matt
Yeah,
Neighbors.
he reached out to us. It was nice to kind of talk to him a little bit.
And he takes care of all that for me. And like I'm old school, I just have started my Twitter account. And so I'm trying to learn
I don't even have one yet.
But, you know, it can be a great tool if used in the correct way. You know, and the thing about it, all the recruiting and all is great, but right now it's time to focus on Mount Zion football. Yeah. You know, if you do what you're supposed to do for Mount Zion football, the rest of it will take care of itself.
Awesome. And, yeah, I know these two guys, if you type in their names, Ben, today I was trying to get some information. I think you got 15 offers right now, maybe more than that since we've been here. How does it feel to have schools coming after you pretty much throughout the year?
It feels good because I know like all the work that I put in the off season and during the season paying off, so it's very exciting to have schools come look at me and everything like that.
And Logan, I'm sure you're probably in the same boat getting some letters and stuff. Talk about that for us.
It's nice to feel wanted, you know, at a different place. Get to go play at the next level that you never really thought, you know, that'd be you one day, but when it starts happening, it's nice.
It's a pretty good feeling. It's nice to be liked for sure. Yeah. Coaching, yeah.
You know, it's not every day that somebody shows up and it's got 2 linemen up here as you know,
I was thinking the same thing, man. Lineman.
Yeah, normally we get the other kind of skill that comes up here. And a lot of people don't realize that, you know, a lot of the skill don't get to happen because of what these guys do up front. And, you know, that really pays out a lot. You know, not many people, when they're born into playing ball, everybody wants to be a lineman. You know, everybody wants to be a running back, or everybody wants to be the quarterback and all that stuff. But to have these 2 guys up here and, you know, the work you guys are putting in, you know, that since Coach has hired a recruiting guy, and you can find that on Twitter, and it kind of gives you all that stuff of what you see, you know. Pretty impressive when you can get up underneath there and bench press 390. I mean, that's, you know, that's impressive of a lot of things you see, and you know it's what makes it easy to run ice left and be able to run crisscross and things like that when you got kids who can do that.
Yeah.
Talk about this for us. Obviously, when you we're looking at your team from last year, you lose a guy like Mike Cousins, who's been your quarterback and your safety guy there, and I could start naming other players, but I'll be here for a while. But who's a player this year that is going to step up, play a lot for you that we haven't heard about that we need to know about?
Well, I'm going to let them kind of answer that question. As far as me as a coach, you know, knowing we return 3 starters on offense and 2 on defense, there's a whole lot of people I'm looking for to step up. So, you know, it takes a team, and so. But as far as individual players, I'll let them kind of answer that.
Okay, not a problem. I like that, Coach. Give me a kid. Who am I looking for on offense and defense?
I believe Jared Knight on offense. He's going to step in. He's going to fix that role right there at quarterback.
Perfect.
Mike stepped out. He really hadn't had a chance to showcase his talent, and it's coming this year.
Awesome. Ben, what about you?
J.D. Heisman, he in the past few years he's been playing key positions for us, backup quarterback, backup running back and everything, and now it's his senior year, so it's finally his time to step up and show everybody what he got.
Awesome.
All right, now looking at your schedule, a lot of times a coach will go, you know, 1 through 10, and this is what I got to do, this is what I got to do. New faces all around. and you said you're not going to change anything, those coaches that are going to face you, they don't know what you're going to do either with the new faces. So my question here is, your new faces, how are you teaching them? How are you doing it? Because in the past you've had seniors and seniors. How are you doing that?
Well, and we've been lucky. The guys that we've got coming back this year, they've been on the field on Friday night. They've been battle tested, maybe just not at the beginning of the game.
Got you.
And so we're lucky. Like he talked about JD. JD played every position for us in the backfield last year. Now he's going to step up and he's going to be the man. It's his turn to prove that it's his time. And so, yes, we are replacing a lot of people, but there's a lot of people that's been on the field when it mattered, that might not have got all the attentions and all the accolades,
right.
But this year is going to be their time.
Awesome.
And you guys, most like everybody else, the weight room, you guys have been doing a great job with that here lately. Of course, looking at these two right here, kind of talk about what your philosophy is with you and Coach Joyner about what you guys believe in as far as the weight room there.
Yeah, Coach Justin Joyner, he does a great job in our weight room. Everything he does in the weight room translates to the field. Now, we're about building strength and getting stronger, but we're also about flexibility, speed, hips, and everything that it takes to win a ball game on Friday night. And a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, I walk into the weight room and I look up on the board and I know bench press and squat and all that good stuff, but half those things on the board I don't even recognize anymore because it's come so far. He's taken it to a whole nother level. Man, everything that he does, when I step back and watch it, I see the hip movement, I see the flexibility, I see the speed, and so everything he does in that weight room translates to what we do on that football field. And that's the thing. It's not all about bench press, it's not all about squat, but it's those, it's the power clean, it's the explosion, it's the speed. Those types of things, and Coach Joyner does a great job of that, motivating these players and getting them in the weight room and getting them stronger.
And talk about weight room. I can remember when I introduced weights at Mount Zion, and we had some weights that were donated to us, and I was so excited. And my first day, I had one. How many fellas came during the summer? Logan, you and Ben, how many fellas came during the summer to lift weights? You don't have to give an exact number, but I bet it was more than one.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of starters and people stepping up and everything, and younger guys there who came and showed the dedication to play football this fall.
And Logan, what did you notice about all these kids that were coming? What made them come there? What made them come and lift weights?
Just wanting to get better, really, and to be a part of something so good during the season. But
awesome. Well, as we get ready to wrap up, the fun thing that everybody likes to talk about, of course, is the end of the season and the grateful power rankings. This is our last, everybody sighed, but this is the last year of them. Can you kind of explain to the folks your region format a little bit? Obviously, you've got two different divisions and you've got the private schools and all that factor. Can you try to explain that a little bit for the folks at home?
Yeah, we're our region is subdivided, and so we play everybody on our side, and then our ones cross over and play the one on the other side, and twos and threes and so forth. And we have to have a region champ because the region champ gets one of those top bids in the playoffs. And so, when we first started a few years ago, ones played 4, but that didn't really give us a region champ. And so we've had to, as a region, we've had to tweak what we do, to get that true region champ. But, the thing about, the power rankings, there's no such thing as region games anymore because every game matters.
Right.
So, yeah, they're our region opponent, but every Friday night counts. In our
that's why you're going to be a Temple Tiger fan, a Lamar County fan, and a Coosa fan, especially this year as well.
We get points for every game they win. So, we hope to beat them, and then we're going to turn around and be their biggest fans.
Absolutely.
And so the power rankings is well, thank goodness it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, we look forward to August 23rd for you guys at Lamar County. Hopefully somebody will give us some updates. Won't be able to be down there, obviously, but we're going to be cheering you guys on and getting ready for an awesome season. So strap on the equipment, and we'll get ready to go. So
sounds good.
Awesome. You're listening to the Team SMI Starting Lineup Media Day presented by SMI. And when we come back, we'll sit down with the Temple Tigers, Coach Scotty Ward, right here on the Graddick Sports Radio Network.